Kia ora everyone, my name is Lizette and welcome to Road to Our Dreams. First of all, I just want to say thank you for tuning into this series of the channel. Here are the other videos from this series. The links for these are in the description below, so please check it out if you have not seen them yet. On the fifth and final part of this series, I want to give you more information on what a sale and purchase agreement is and the role of a lawyer when you are in the process of purchasing your first home here in New Zealand. As I mentioned on the fourth part of this series, a sale and purchase agreement is a legally binding contract between you and the seller. You must read and fill in this form for a property you want to buy and sign it once all the terms and conditions have been met by both parties. According to settled.govt.nz, this agreement sets out all the details, terms, and conditions of the sale. This includes things such as the price, any chattels being sold with the property, whether the buyer needs to sell another property first, and the settlement date. A sale and purchase agreement provides certainty to you and the seller about what will happen when, and there is no universal sale and purchase agreement. There are multiple agreements available and being used by various agencies, each with different clauses and conditions buyers and sellers should be aware of. To obtain a sale and purchase agreement, you'll need to contact your lawyer or a licensed real estate professional. You must sign a written sale and purchase agreement when you buy a property. Always check your sale and purchase agreement with a lawyer before signing. You need to read and understand the agreement before you sign it. You should always get legal advice before you sign the agreement and throughout the buying process. You can negotiate the conditions in a sale and purchase agreement, and a sale and purchase agreement becomes unconditional when all the conditions are met. The real estate agent should also help you and the seller to include the conditions you both want in the agreement. Even though the agent works for the seller, they also have to deal fairly and honestly with the buyer. They cannot withhold any information, and they must tell you about any known defects with the property. Before you sign a sale and purchase agreement, the agent must also give you a copy of the REA or Real Estate Authority New Zealand Residential Property Sale and Purchase Agreement Guide. They must also ask you to confirm in writing that you have received it. The New Zealand Residential Property Sale and Purchase Agreement Guide should tell you what a sale and purchase agreement is, what's in a sale and purchase agreement, what happens after you sign the sale and purchase agreement, what happens if you have a problem, and where to go for more information. You can also download a copy and read this guide on the link below. Piece of advice: read the sale and purchase agreement carefully and thoroughly. Read it more than once too if necessary so that it's clear in your mind on what's stated in the agreement, and be ready if you want to add more conditions to it. Here are some of the conditions you can add in your sale and purchase agreement. Note, it's always good to add the amount of days you want these conditions to be completed in your agreement. Building or property insurance, searching and approving of the title of the property you want to buy, LIM report, builder's report, finance, and subject to due diligence. So what is due diligence? Due diligence is the opportunity of the buyer to explore and investigate the condition of the property they are interested in physically and financially. Based on my experience, home sellers tend to select buyers with an unconditional offer or minimal conditions in the sale and purchase agreement, so make sure that you talk to your lawyer, mortgage broker, and real estate agents as to what conditions you should put with your offer. Now, let's talk about lawyers and how they will help you with purchasing your first home here in New Zealand. Based on my experience, the lawyer will help you 1. Finalize your first home withdrawal forms and send them to your respective KiwiSaver scheme provider. Your lawyer will manage the process of this to get to the seller when your withdrawal gets approved. 2. Purchase a property sold by offer and negotiation, tender and auction by reviewing and providing feedback for the following: title information, LIM report, any conditions you may need or want to add or remove from the sale and purchase agreement, and due diligence you need to finish before the day when the property will be auctioned. 3. They will also be the one to communicate with the seller's lawyer for settlement date, pre-settlement inspection date, and any conditions that both parties have to meet and abide in the sale and purchase agreement. And 4. They will also help you to complete the sale of the property. Your lawyer will be in charge of transferring the home ownership from the seller to the buyer, which is you, and completing and arranging the bank transactions that is needed for settlement. When my friends and I were looking for a lawyer to help us with buying our first home back in December 2020, their price ranged between $2,500 to $3,500. Once the sale and purchase agreement has been signed, agreed upon, and finalized by the seller and the buyer, and everything else has been settled, you are now officially an owner of your first home in New Zealand. Before I finish this video, I just want to share with all of you again that buying your first home can be physically and emotionally draining. From memory, I have looked at 25 to 30 open homes in the span of 8 weeks, together with my friends whom I purchased my first home with, filled in 6 sale and purchase agreements, and got declined 5 times. Please don't lose hope, keep trying, and make sure to take rest until you find your first home. So that's it, everyone. Thank you again for watching this series of Road to Our Dreams. I hope that I've been able to give you some good advice as to what steps you should follow and consider when you are buying your first home here in New Zealand. Feel free to ask me questions about first home buying, and I will try to answer them in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's help one another on the road to our dreams together. Happy house hunting!